In today's video, we're going to be turning this vehicle into a sound deadened beast. Good morning guys, Tim from Advanced In-Car Technologies, and today we're working on a 2018 VW Transporter T6. Now, we've done a few bits for this customer in the past. It's got an Alpine X803 in it, and we're also doing a few bits to upgrade it, speakers, subwoofer and all that sort of stuff. But the main thing that we're going to be doing with it is we're going to be sound deadening the hell out of the cab. The customer really likes a nice quiet drive, and we're going to do our best with using silent coat materials to sound deaden and line certain areas of the vehicle that are well known to do this. And first up, big thanks to CAD Distribution, who've helped us with this little project, giving us recommendations and ideas on where we should be deadening and all that sort of stuff. So we'll quickly jump in and show you what we're going to do. Right guys, so as mentioned, 2018 VW T6, and we've got it in for a few days because we're going to do quite a few upgrades. So for the audio side, we're upgrading the X803 to some Type Rs, doing a subwoofer, we are fitting a shark fin antenna and a few other little bits. Oh, and a reverse camera as well. But the main reason it's here is we're going to be sound deadening as much as we possibly can in this vehicle. So for example, we're going to be doing behind the scuttle panel down here, taking the wipers off and doing that. There's apparently a lot of engine noise that can get through that sort of area. We're going to take the door cards off, and we're going to do the inner and outer skins of the doors with silent coat. We're going to do the cab roof up there. We are doing the cab floor, so that means that the seats and the flooring is going to be coming out. We're also going to lift the vehicle up on our ramp. We're going to take the wheel arches out, and we're going to do some silent coat down there. And then we're also going to be doing, let me just run around. We're going to be doing this rear bulkhead here to try and eliminate any sort of rattles or noise in there. So let me just run over to here where we've got our product that we're going to be fitting. So we've got the usual sort of silent coat stuff that we've got here. This is pretty, if you're in this game, you'll know what this is, as well as doing the installations yourself. We've got the sound absorber, which is a there's 4 sheets, and it's 500 by 600 mil. And as you give it, it's got this sort of eggshell sort of type. We've got 2 lots of that's going into different places. And then we've got the noise isolator, so we get 9 sheets of this in this box. And like I said, we spoke with the guys at CAD Distribution quite a bit about this, just to show where the best opportunity is. So it's not like we're just whipping it down where we think it should go down. They've actually come back and suggested the best places to do it. So we're going to be doing the engine bay with the scuttle panel. We're doing the doors, as we said, and we're going to be doing that with 2 mil silent coat there, and then we're going to line it with some absorber. The roof lining is getting the 2 mil, and then this isolator, and then we're going to just be doing the 4 mil along the other side of the vehicle, and then the wheel arches as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this. Should be a good project, and yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll show you where we're at certain points of the vehicle, and we'll go from there. Right, so we are a couple of hours in, and so far the wipers have been removed, so we've got access to the scuttle panel so that we can sound deaden that. The interior cab has all been fully removed, so that's all the seats are out, all the the lower carpet. We've taken the roof lining out and all the associated electronics and stuff like that. Both door cards are off, and we're waiting to fully remove them so that we can do the dual stage sound deadening on those. And where else? We're not going to jack the vehicle up just yet to do the wheel arches. That'll probably be later on, once we're a bit more involved with the sound deadening on the vehicle itself. If I just go to the rear of the vehicle, we are just doing the wiring up for the aftermarket camera that's going to work in conjunction with the Alpine. And yeah, so we're not doing too bad. The vehicle's stripped out, ready to go for the sound deadening. I'll try and drop back down later to show you Richard applying some of said sound deadening, but we've got to clean and prep this area first as well. And yeah, it's taking its time, but it's going to be well worth it. Right, so this is the bit that I couldn't show earlier on because we hadn't got to it yet. So Richard has taken the wheel and the wheel arch out. He's just applying the sound deadening to the rear arch there and just rolling it into place. And then once he's finished in here, he's then going to be putting the wheel back on, doing the other side, and then cracking on with the rest of the sound deadening in the cab. Right, so just before this door card goes back on the passenger side, Richard has done all the sound deadening. So he's done the main door sheet, as you can see it here, with the 2mm silent coat. And hopefully, if I just shine a light, you can see he's taken this skin panel off and then sound deadened behind that. Because if you're going to do it properly, if you're going to do it, you do it properly. And you can probably, hopefully, just see there with the light, maybe not, and the reason we're doing this is because we're fitting the Audison APK 165P. It's the premium range, so these are really high-end audio speakers and they're going to sound awesome. So as part of this, Richard is also going to take the original door card, and this is what we call our sort of free stage system. So we're going to remove this abysmal attempt by Volkswagen to give you a bit of sound deadening in your door cards. So this is going to come off. It's going to prep the door cards, and then we are fitting the silent coat sound absorber. So this is going to be all laid up in different places to really stop any sound or reverberation going in. And we've done it on this door, which is fully fitted at the moment, and you can hear there's no sound getting through that. And if we do it in comparison to here, okay, it's a bigger panel, but you get the idea. It's a lot denser, and even when I shut the door, it's got a nice loud thud. So what we'll do is, just before Richard puts the door card back on, I'll quickly explain where we've put it, and we'll go from there. Right, so Richard has finished the passenger side door card and is just finishing the build off of that door. So I thought I would just go in and explain what we've done here, or what Richard has done. So this is for sound absorption, and like I said before, we're using the silent coat sound absorber, funnily enough. And what this does is it just helps prevent any of the sounds from the outside of the vehicle to go inside the vehicle, and will just create a really nice environment for when those Audison Primas are doing what they do best and creating some really good quality sound. So yeah, just a very quick update on those, just so that you could see how it looks. It really does give you that sort of egg box feel, and Richard's done the largest areas possible without going too crazy and too overboard, because you can go a bit overboard with this sort of thing. So this is going to be going on, and then the boys are then going to be jumping on. The roof is done, which I can't really show you because it's all gone back together, but on here we've done 2mm silent coat, and then we've done the silent coat sound insulator, which is going on there. And then Richard is going to prep the floor, so it's all cleaned and nicely, so ready for good adhesion with the silent coat. And we're going 4mm on the floor, and then he's going to do some more on the arches themselves. Remember, we've done the other side of the exterior of the arch, and he's just going to increase the sound deadening on here. He's either going to double layer the 4mm, or he's going to put some sound insulator, that's the stuff just over there, hopefully you can see it, on here, just to give a bit more protection there. And then we start the build back. Okay, so another day, and we are nearly there with finishing the sound deadening. So just wanted to show you before we finish off the floor and put all the flooring and building it all back up again. We've cleaned down the surface of the floor, and Richard is sort of halfway through rolling the 4mm silent coat, and you can see it here. It is a lot thicker, obviously, being 4mm rather than 2mm, so it is a bit more difficult to lay and roll down, so keep that in mind. And it just takes more time, so that's something to bear in mind if you're doing this yourself. And we'll just quickly roll round to the front of the vehicle, where Richard is currently working on the sort of engine scuttle bay area, so hopefully you might be able to see it down there. So he's just basically finding any areas where sound is going to be penetrating through. We have to be careful of the wiper motors and other associated bits, but yeah, this is we're doing the 2mm down here, and it's laying quite nicely at the moment. And he's doing things at the moment like this panel here, just to give as much protection as we possibly can. So this is going to be the last sort of halfway point video. just showing you the process of what we're doing and how it works and all that sort of stuff. The next video will be with the van all back together, looking lovely, like you wouldn't know we'd done the work. So stay tuned. One last thing that I forgot to mention, just because the door was shut, is Richard spent last night, we do work some late nights sometimes, is the 2mm Stinger Roadkill. Now we've gone this direction for this because it's always going to be on show. The customer's not too sure if he's going to carpet it or whatever. Obviously, if you don't have a bulkhead, you don't really need to worry about it. But what the goal of this was just trying to prevent any noise from that generates in here penetrating through this bulkhead, so it's going to give it the best possible protection. We advise not to go for the silent coat, just purely because it's silver and it would look really, really odd and too bright. So we've gone for the black Stinger Roadkill. It's a really good product. We use it quite a lot for our audio installs normally, just because of its colour and all that sort of stuff. But Rich has done a really nice and neat job. You'd be hard pressed to know that that didn't come like that from factory, and we're going to advise the customer that when he gets a moment is that he can't, because he already carpeted this side himself, is carpet it, and then it gives it another layer of protection and also just hides any joins and things like that. So yeah, now you'll see the sort of final video and we'll talk about it. Right, so that's it. The T6 has been fully deadened out in the sound cab, and we just wanted to sign it off whilst they're doing the last few checks and testing, and we're going to go do a road test in a bit just to make sure everything's okay. So just to run through what we have done. So we started off with removing all of the equipment from the vehicle, from the cab, so that we had a nice open platform to work with. We then cleaned it and prepped it. So in the door cards, we've stripped both doors off. We've then cleaned it and prepped it, and we've fitted 2mm silent coat on the inner and outer skin of the door. We have then used the sound absorber, which is that sort of eggshell stuff, to go into there to just really keep everything nice and concise. So we've done that on both doors. We have then done the roof lining with again 2mm silent coat. I think it was 2mm. Yep, 2mm silent coat, and then we've used the 6mm isolator, which is that sort of foamy, rubbery type stuff. So that's gone in quite nicely. We've then laid 4mm silent coat all along the floor of the cab. We have then done the scuttle panel with a 4mm 4mm silent coat from memory, and then we've also done the rear bulkhead in a Stinger Roadkill type stuff, which is 2mm. But the reason we went Stinger Roadkill for that was because it's black, and like I said in the video earlier on, he wanted to try and keep it as nice, neat, and we wanted that as well for him. He might line it, he might not. Oh, and the last other thing that I forgot about was we took the wheels off, the front wheels, took the arches out, and we have then sound deadened again. I think that was the 4mm silent coat. Sound deadened that, put it all back together again. And as I said right at the beginning, we did some other things to this van. So we did some upgrades to his Alpine X803. I don't know if you can see it, but we've done a rear-mounted colour-coded shark fin DAB FM GPS. We fitted a reversing camera. We fitted some Audison front speakers and tweeters, and it sounds awesome. Richard was testing it earlier. It did really sound rather good. So yeah, it was just more of a more in-depth video on what we're doing, how we're doing it. So if you're interested in sound deadening, you can either get us to do something like this for you, or you can have a go at yourself. It's not difficult. It just takes time, and the guys have worked really hard over the last couple of days to get this project on time and on track, and they've done it. They've smashed it. So if you need some help with this, just give us a buzz or send us an email. If you've liked the video, please make sure you like it, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out, and you'll be able to see it down below, and click the little bell notification if you like these T6 videos. As always, thanks for watching. If you need any help, give me a shout. I'm always here to help. Cheers, guys.